Greetings, fellow humans. Today we will be, or tonight to be specific, we will be going over this painting I've been working on and we will finish it. Yeah, I'll talk about the process a bit, and this is supposed to be a chat slash Q&A. So I will be answering some questions by you guys. Before we begin, I'd like to apologize for if I mispronounce anyone's names. So the first question is from Jotha, and she has asked that what is my favorite color, and if I had to listen to one album for the rest of my life, which would it be? Already starting off with a solid question. I'd say black isn't a color, so I'll rule that one out. I really like minty blue, like the sky blue and the green in between, because I'm really fond of green, the neonish green. Blue, not so much. So when it goes to the sky, when it slides to the green area, it turns into this amazing color, and I just really love it. So yeah, whatever that's called. I'll try to put it on the screen, the color I'm talking about. And if I had to listen to one album for the rest of my life, on top of my head, like, I don't really binge albums as often. If there was an album I had to listen to for the rest of my life, it would be Temple of Thought by Poets of the Fall. I don't see any single bad song in that album. Every one of them is really great. Any Poets of the Fall album, to be exact. Okay, next question is from Meruba. And she has asked that which artists influenced you the most? You have a very beautiful style of your own. To those trying to find their signature style, what suggestions would you like to give? Okay, there's a lot of things to be said here. So my favorite artists are Lowish, and then Cynic's Design, and then Wop. I don't know how I pronounce his name, WLOP. And then there's Artgerm. And I could mention a bunch of others like Vinny Art, and then there's Ross Draws. Here and there's a lot of artists to follow. But yeah, those are my favorites, I would say. And to those trying to find their signature style, I would say pick your top 3 artists, people that move you, motivate you, push you to art, inspire you a lot. And then study their artworks. And not one at a time. All 3 of them, follow them religiously, and then pick the things that you love about each artist and incorporate that in your own artwork. Then you would find your own style. So yeah, pick your 3 favorite artists and then keep studying their artwork, and then pick the best parts that attract you the most from their artwork, and then you'll have your own style. And Tanya asked that when is your birthday and what's your name? I don't know what your name is. Maybe you've mentioned it before, but I missed it. I don't think I've mentioned my name before. I have posted a couple pictures, but I don't think I've mentioned my name. My birthday is on April 22nd, and my name is Alif, A-L-I-F, Alif, like a leaf. So that's my name. There you go. And then Reza Mansour has asked that who's your biggest inspiration when it comes to art and why? That is a tough question, actually. I've never really thought about it that way. I don't really have these things in my mind, okay, this person motivates me, or I need to follow this, or I'll have to end up like this. But if we're talking about who is my biggest inspiration, if I had a biggest inspiration, and that would be Cynic's Design. That guy is just unbelievable. The way he has, the mastery he has over his art, and the dedication he has put himself through. And the type of artworks he produces is just mind-blowing. His mind just goes to places I can't even think it's possible to go to. If you check him out, you'll know what I mean. And he still uses this Wacom bamboo tablet he had from 2003 or 4, and he just uses a paper on it, pastes it for that paper feel, and just uses it. And I follow that as well. I use an entry-level Wacom bamboo tablet. I guess that answers another question, but okay, I'll get to that later. So yeah, he's a very big inspiration for me. He shows that he used to be a programmer. He used to be super big into programming and other stuff. And he later moved to art at a very later age, around 24, 25. And he has this philosophy of like he completely isolated himself for an entire year and dedicated every single day to drawing. And he would sketch everything and literally everything and kept practicing. And eventually he went, like after a year, he had this professional mindset and he would like apply after that, and his quality was just so great, no one could deny him. And yeah, he's my biggest inspiration. So the next question is by Meruba, and she has asked that, also can't believe, never asked, but what tablet do you use? And next time you buy another, will you try out a different brand or stick to the previous one? So I use a Wacom CTO 471, small sized, and I've bought it around 4 years ago, I think. And first I didn't have the budget to upgrade, but now I don't feel like I need to upgrade. It works really fine even now, zero problems with it. I just change the nibs and that's all I have to do. And if I do change to another one, I think I might try the on-screen tablet, the what do they call it? XP Pen, Artist 22 or 12 or 13. Whichever is in my budget, I'm surely going to try it out because Cintiqs are way too expensive and I'm not making that kind of money just yet. And Nika has asked me that how old are you when you started to paint, draw, and etc., and how old are you now? Well, this is a complicated answer because I've used to be really bad at drawing, and I remember clearly around kindergarten or nursery or even grade 1, I would get the lowest scores in drawing class because I was just so bad at it. But I was always doodling on my textbooks. I loved drawing, just not the way school wanted me to. And around teen years, I totally stopped. I think I was that kid who was like naturally gifted at drawing, so it was a family trick or whatever. Parents were really super proud of it, would buy me paint and stuff, but it didn't cultivate to anything. I just dropped it around like middle school, I think, grade 5. I just stopped drawing, and then later on, around late 2013, I was finishing high school. I started drawing these anime stuff. I was like full weeb back then. Around that time, I was like really hooked into anime, and there was this whole community, that Facebook groups that would post fan arts and stuff. And I'm like, hey, I want to do that. I'm just to get some attention or whatever, just to start blending in, meet some new people. That's how I started to draw around late 2013, and then around 2014, I've decided that I would start drawing seriously, like no fan arts, no nothing. I would like actually properly learn to draw. That's when I started practicing, and then since then I've been serious about it. And I'm 23 right now. 23 and halfway there, like halfway to 24. Dahreen has asked me do you plan on pursuing art as a life goal? Well, at this point, yeah. I was, when I studied in Malaysia, I was majoring in computer science. And during which I have realized that there are art opportunities out there, and I have the skills to earn, during my course. And I've also made up my mind that computer science is completely depressing. Even though I love computers, I love making them, fixing them, but the software side of it and all the process of it is just super depressing for me. I just wasn't into it. I'd rather do music or art, and since half of my family, total family, is all completely musical oriented out, I went for the drawing one, because between those two I'd choose drawing every time. I still love music, I can sing and stuff, but yeah, I plan on being a full-time illustrator and do something with that if I get the chance to. Now let's talk about the painting for a bit. I did not really think about how much hair this piece has. You've seen my other work, I usually skip out on the hair. Just put a base solid color and then just brush on something on it. But this one is just way too much detail for me to cover, even though I've broken it down to 3 sessions, I've figured out that I can't do paintings in parts. I just lose the motivation and it's just pushing it, even though the end result is all right. But yeah, I guess it's all right, but not up to the standards I usually paint to. But what are standards anyway? It's just me having fun, and if it looks all right, it's okay. It doesn't have to be like better than the last one, or like it has to hold any specific standard. If it looks like something I painted, that's fine enough for me. Okay, so thank you for watching the whole video and hear me talk, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.